Hello, I'm Gus Downing, publisher and editor of The Daily, and this is the LP News Network. We're here today with Lohra Miller, Chief Executive Officer for Turning Point Justice. And today's session is entitled Transforming Enforcement with Leading Edge Technology. Turning Point Justice, or TPJ, is a rapidly growing cloud technology company, provides collaborative solutions to retail theft that cultivate positive change through restorative justice. Designed by criminal justice professionals to ensure integrity and compliance from apprehension to incident resolution. Turning Point Justice solutions align the interest of retailers, law enforcement, and the justice system to combat shoplifting. TPJ solutions ensure consistent restitution and legal compliance for retailers and provide first-time shoplifters with education that enables offenders to avoid a criminal record and remain positive members of their communities. With its cloud justice platform and CAP, Restorative Justice Solutions, offered in partnership with the National Association for Shoplifting Prevention, Turning Point Justice saves time and budget for retailers and law enforcement alike. The Cloud Justice Platform unifies cloud-based identification systems, retail inventory, GPS tracking, and criminal record systems in an easy-to-use turnkey platform that helps on-site retail LP agents quickly process individuals caught shoplifting. When a shoplifter is apprehended, the TPJ Cloud Justice Platform helps retail LP agents collect photo and video evidence of the theft and prepares a comprehensive police report through guided, legally compliant prompts, including statements from the offender made at the time of the incident. Turning Point Justice provides the cloud justice system at no cost to participating retailers to ensure an efficient restitution while supporting their local communities. Retailers participating in TPJ programs offer first-time shoplifting offenders the chance to learn from their actions through the Crime Accountability Program facilitated by the National Association for Shoplifting Prevention courses adopted by the court systems across the U.S. To participate, the shoplifter agrees to pay the restitution to the retailer according to the cost calculated by the Cloud Justice System during incident processing based on the cost and condition of the item, any damages to loss prevention technologies, and the time the retailer spent during processing and reporting of the loss. And with that, we'd like to thank Lohra for taking the time today.
Thank you for having me.
You know, the idea of retailers becoming actively involved in the use of the Crime Accountability Partnership program seems to be taking off in a big way. I mean, what's new with TPJ and the NASP since we last spoke?
We have seen incredible growth nationwide. It's been really exciting to watch how the retailers have seen the benefits from it and expanded it out, and also watch how we are receiving quite a bit of support from criminal justice agencies. More recently, we added some data analytics into the system that provide retailers with real-time information on how the program is performing for them and allows them to stay on top of what's going on within the system, within the program, and in their individual store. So it's been exciting these last couple of years since we've talked last to see that kind of growth taking off. Mm-hmm.
So they're actually at corporate, they're able to view the store level activity and programs and administration.
Absolutely. It comes in at the corporate level. It gives them the program parameters. They can then drill down and look at it at the regional level. They can see regions and how they're performing, rank them against each other, select a region that they might want to see what's going on, drill down to the district, drill down to the store, even drill down to the individual agents at the store and see exactly how the program is performing. So it's kind of a great opportunity for them to get as much or as little information as they want to see about what's going on.
So the individual store is provided with a tablet that, if I'm correct, which is tied into your program, has your program loaded, and they basically operate it through that tablet?
You know, that's a great question. I'm glad you asked. We actually went to a web-based platform in January of 2015.
Okay.
And so that was right after we talked last time. Yep. And so the web-based platform allows them to log in from anywhere, exactly. Which
Even
is
their
great.
mobile?
Even their mobile,
Okay.
yes. And it goes through the entire reporting process with whatever platform they're using. And this allows us to be a little more flexible. The tablets, we moved away from tablets. It just was the keyboards and typing comprehensive reports and on a tablet was less than optimal, and so we've moved towards more a laptop computer. And if retailers don't have something in their detention areas, then we work with them to provide them that type of equipment.
That's the step in evolution for
Yes, it was. It was a
everybody.
big step for us. It was a
And
big
also
step.
allows you to monitor it from corporate.
Yes, and it's beautiful that way because the reports, when they go out, at any time an executive can get on, they can look at it at that point in time. They can go and look back 6 months. They can select the time period. It's having Paul Jones and having LP professionals on staff and telling us what LP executives are looking for, what their needs are, has really driven us in making some changes so that we are better suiting the needs of LP executives. And we've found a great benefit from that because we're able to tailor our solutions towards what LP executives need by listening to the LP executives that we've hired.
Right. And having it as a web-based program also allows you to provide updates, changes, and such, and monitor that as well from your standpoint.
That's the beauty of it.
Once it's approved by the client or
That's
the
exactly
specific retailer.
Yep, that's exactly right. And we push live updates out quite regularly so that we can stay on top of those types of requests. Just probably once a week we're getting something where they find this would be better to have a photograph taken at this position instead of that, and we're constantly monitoring how effective it's being and able to adjust that.
This is really for first-time offenders.
The program is.
And it's to take them out of the law enforcement community, so to speak,
Exactly.
which has an impact on the reduction of police calls, I would imagine, significantly.
Exactly. Significantly. We are seeing still a 50 to 60% reduction in police calls at the time of the incident. And the police are seeing that. It's really interesting to take our statistics and what we anticipate those reductions would be and then compare them against the real-time statistics from the 6 months before we entered the program to the 6 months during the program. And we are seeing that 50 to 60% reduction at participating stores.
Yeah, and there's been a significant amount of press on, the amount of police calls for the larger big box stores.
Yes.
Huge out there. And there was one in Texas that actually mentioned that this particular program reduced it, I believe, 40% to calls.
Yes, there's been a lot of people looking at how these programs are addressing the reduction in calls, and we think that we're making some headway in the criminal justice community and having them recognize that the partnerships with retailers and using technology like this is something that works to their advantage and their community's advantage.
So the program that the offender goes through is really behavior modification training. It's obviously a very, systemized, our program that has been being done throughout the courts for quite some time.
That was, I think, one of our best-selling features is the partnership with the National Association for Shoplifting Prevention. They not only provide education that is specific to retail theft offenders and age-specific, but they have an incredible wealth of experience in handling these offenders and understanding how they think and getting them to be compliant. And it's because of that that we're seeing the 90-95% compliance rate for the people entering the program. We credit that very much to the partnership with NASP and the expertise they bring. In addition to the education, in addition to the student management, their years of studying retail theft offenders and the retail theft community has really provided a great deal of guidance in shaping the program and understanding what we're going to do with each community and government relations. It's been an incredible partnership for us. One of the best decisions I made.
Now, while you take the offender out of the system and you take them out of the web version at the store level, while they're going through this program, you still have visibility to how they journey through it.
Absolutely, of course, yeah. Retailers are able to actually at any time log in and see what's going on with a given offender, with the statistics on overall as a store. and they can see those types of compliance rates. They see it most, of course, in the restitution collections and the restitution collection rates. They're very happy with how the restitution is impacted by their participation, by the offender's participation in the program. And they see that restitution usually within the first 30 days. So they're able to very quickly see the benefits of the program just by looking at how it's improving their ability to collect restitution.
You had some real obstacles, or this practice had a few obstacles to begin with when it was first kind of rolled out a few years ago, insofar as, the thought process was, the punishment,
Yep.
going through the system,
Yep.
putting that first-time offender through, making the police take them to jail or processing them and such. Certainly that was an old-school approach, but through this, you have really, and you in this practice, has kind of changed some thoughts in the industry.
That's so funny you should say that. I was talking to Caroline Kochman and also Barbara Stabe from NASP just yesterday. And this show's been really different because in the past we've really faced a lot of people coming up and pushing back with that traditional, we've got to arrest and punish. And this time, those same people are coming back to the booth and talking to us and are excited about the changes and excited about the promise that they see here, and really starting to see that sea change in how we perceive holding offenders accountable, changing behaviors, making our communities safer. It's exciting to actually have seen that over the last couple of years and watch how people's attitudes have changed.
Well, it's only really been in retail for 5, 6, 7 years.
I think it's been about that time.
Not very long.
Not very long at all.
Quite frankly.
Yep.
And then to have the reception be so widespread right now, because based on my knowledge, there's a lot of retailers looking at this, getting involved in it, and are engaged.
That's because the proof is in the pudding. You can actually see the results happening in your stores. You can see it happening in your collections, and you can see it happening in the improved relationships between the individual retailers and the local communities. So it's all there to see, and it's exciting to be a part of it.
Well, the restorative justice model, so to speak, expanded beyond retail, really started in the 70s up in Canada, quite frankly.
It did.
And then in the 90s, it got its credibility, so to speak, and it's being used widespread all over the world, in high schools, in universities, by police departments, through a number of different channels.
And we've incorporated those restorative justice principles into what we do. It's a modification of the whole concept of restorative justice, but involving the victim, having a voice from the community is all those things that are important to restorative justice. Absolutely.
Yeah, in doing the research, I found that it really started as a Christian-based process, quite frankly.
It did.
So I commend you in what you're trying to do and trying to, impact those younger folks out there. So,
Thank you. It's exciting to be a part of it.
there's several companies offering similar programs. What would you say are the key differentiators between the Crime Accountability Partnership offering and others?
Absolutely, it has to do with the partnership with the National Association for Shoplifting Prevention, the partnerships with local communities, police, prosecutors, the partnerships with our retailers and getting them on board. It's all about bringing everyone together, helping us all to mutually benefit from it. That's the biggest differentiator.
What makes the CAP team uniquely qualified to support the partners you engage in offering the program?
We went out of our way to hire people with LP executive experience. We really chose not to go with the traditional sales force, but to look to having people that understand asset protection, loss prevention issues, and have them be the people that are interacting with the retailers so that they're better able to meet the needs and understand the needs of the individual executives and even down to the store level. Actually, I think you played a part in that.
Oh, there you go. Thank you.
And I think it's turned out very, very well for all of us.
Excellent. Well, Lohra, thanks for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Well, that's it for this episode, ladies and gentlemen. We'd like to thank you for watching. And until next time, let's keep them all safe out there.